Hi, I'm Lenora, and I'm the nurse midwife here at the birth center. I've been asked frequently, what got you into midwifery? And to answer that question, I had to go way back in time. I grew up on a farm in the Texas Panhandle, and from as early as I can remember, we always had animals having babies. What my dad did was supply food, water, heat, shelter for the animals, and then he just let nature take its course. Yeah, there were times he had to intervene, but for the most part, nature worked. And I carried that with me, and as I got a little bit older, I listened to my grandmother tell some stories about how she assisted some of the pioneer women in the Texas Panhandle during their labors and births, and that intrigued me as well because my grandmother was an awesome person. As early as I could, I started working as a nurse tech, nurse aide, volunteer at our local hospital, and from the get-go, I loved taking care of women. Now mind you, I love helping people, but I really loved taking care of women. One funny story was the first time I saw a baby born, a human baby. I had been with the lady during labor and kind of watched her as she progressed, and at that time almost everyone had an injection called a saddle block, and so I was standing there watching the doctor perform the saddle block, and the mom was breathing in and out and doing very well, and then she said, "Ow!" and jumped, and I passed out. That's my first recollection of a human birth. But as things progressed, I was able to watch nature work, and it was beautiful. So during high school, I thought, I want to be an obstetrician. I want to be in there and take care of women and deliver babies. And I didn't like school that well. I'd been in school for 12 years already, and the thought of going to college and then medical school and then internship and residency was like overwhelming to me, and I wanted a family of my own. And so I decided I would go to nursing school. Best decision I ever made. During nursing school, I also worked in labor and delivery and watched as birth became so medicalized. These women who had given babies for years and let nature take its course, the doctors were taking over, and people were getting epidurals and on the monitor and all these interventions, and very rarely did I ever see a natural birth. And I hated that for women. I also had children of my own, and I did not want to sacrifice being their mother by having to be called out at all hours of the day and night and having to find someone to watch my children. There's a lot more to that story, but I'll save that for another time. I worked as a nurse for 20 years, and during that time I was a labor and delivery nurse. I did some care on an orthopedic unit. I was a house supervisor. I actually worked in Wichita Falls from 1978 through 1980, and I worked at Bethania Hospital. During the time I spent as a nurse, my husband was in medical school, and then he went to residency. And so I put my dreams to further my education in midwifery on hold so that he could fulfill his dreams. Once he fulfilled his dreams, I was free to go to midwifery school and to become the midwife that I wanted to be, which was to be able to provide food, warmth, shelter, a safe place, and stand back and watch nature take its course. There's more to this story, but I'll save that for another time. To be continued.